The deadliest jobs in human history. Imagine getting ready for work. You kiss your family goodbye, pick up your tools, and walk toward your workplace. But deep down, you know something terrifying. There is a real chance you will never come back. For most of us, work means deadlines, meetings, or long hours. But for millions of people throughout history, work meant facing lions, collapsing tunnels, deadly diseases, freezing oceans, or invisible radiation. Some of these workers became heroes, some became legends, and countless others simply disappeared, remembered only as another victim of an unforgiving profession. Today, we're counting down 10 of the deadliest jobs in human history. These are careers where a single mistake, one unlucky moment, or even doing everything right could still end in tragedy. Let's begin. 10. Roman gladiator. Imagine standing inside a giant stone arena. More than 50,000 people are screaming your name or cheering for your death. Across from you stands another trained fighter, carrying a sword, spear, or shield. Sometimes your opponent isn't even human. It could be a lion, a tiger, or another wild animal. This was the life of a Roman gladiator. Most gladiators were enslaved people, prisoners of war, or criminals. Although some volunteers joined in hopes of earning fame and fortune. Training was intense. Gladiators learned different fighting styles and spent years preparing for brutal combat. Not every match ended in death, but serious injuries were common. Broken bones, deep cuts, infections, and permanent disabilities were part of everyday life. Victory meant surviving another day. Defeat could mean death in front of thousands of spectators. For many, every sunrise could be their last. 9. Coal miner. Now imagine climbing hundreds of meters underground. The deeper you go, the darker it becomes. The air grows hotter and harder to breathe. Coal miners spent entire days working in narrow tunnels, supported by wooden beams that could collapse without warning. Methane gas often built up inside the mines. One tiny spark from a lamp or a tool could trigger a massive explosion. Another danger was coal dust, which could also explode under the right conditions. Even if miners escaped accidents, many developed black lung disease after years of breathing coal dust. Their lungs slowly became damaged, making every breath more difficult. Entire communities depended on mining, but many families also lost fathers, brothers, and sons to the job. 8. Whaler. Long before electricity became common, whale oil lit homes, factories, and streets around the world. To collect that oil, sailors hunted some of the largest animals ever to live. Whaling ships spent months or even years at sea. When a whale was spotted, crews climbed into small wooden boats and rowed toward an animal that could weigh more than 100 tons. After throwing a harpoon, the whale often fought back. Boats were overturned, ropes wrapped around sailors and pulled them underwater. Powerful tails smashed wooden boats into pieces. If freezing water didn't kill them, sharks or drowning often did. Every successful hunt came with enormous risks. 7. Plague doctor. During the Black Death, one of the deadliest pandemics in history, entire towns were devastated. Doctors tried desperately to save lives, despite knowing almost nothing about bacteria or viruses. Many wore long black robes and famous bird-shaped masks filled with herbs and flowers because they believed pleasant smells protected them from disease. Unfortunately, those masks could not stop infection. Every patient they treated increased their own risk. Many plague doctors became infected themselves. Even though their medical knowledge was limited, many stayed to help while others fled. Their courage deserves to be remembered. 6. Pyramid builder. The Great Pyramids still stand after thousands of years. But building them required extraordinary human effort. Workers hauled enormous limestone and granite blocks weighing several tons. Without cranes or modern machinery, they relied on ropes, wooden sledges, teamwork, and careful planning. Heavy stones could slip at any moment. Falls from construction ramps caused serious injuries. The scorching Egyptian sun added another deadly challenge. Although historians believe many pyramid builders were paid laborers rather than enslaved people, the work remained physically exhausting and dangerous. The pyramids remain incredible engineering achievements built through immense human labor. 5. Lighthouse keeper. Imagine living completely alone on a tiny rock surrounded by endless ocean. For lighthouse keepers, this was daily life. Their job was to ensure the light never went out because one dark night could cause ships to crash into the rocks. Storms battered the towers with enormous waves. Food deliveries were often delayed for weeks. Some keepers suffered extreme loneliness and isolation. Others died while trying to repair equipment during violent weather. They protected countless sailors, often at great personal risk. 4. Chernobyl cleanup worker. On April 26, 1986, Reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded. The accident released dangerous radioactive material into the environment. Thousands of firefighters, engineers, soldiers, and volunteers were sent to contain the disaster. Many entered highly contaminated areas with limited protective equipment, especially during the early response. Some worked only minutes at a time because radiation levels were so high. Their efforts helped reduce the spread of contamination and prevent even greater damage. Many later experienced serious health problems linked to radiation exposure. 3. Deep sea saturation diver. Few people have ever experienced the pressure found deep beneath the ocean. Saturation divers repair underwater pipelines, offshore oil platforms, and other critical infrastructure. They live for days or even weeks inside pressurized chambers before beginning their work. If they return to the surface too quickly, dissolved gases in their bodies could form bubbles, causing severe decompression sickness. Equipment failures, strong currents, poor visibility, and cold temperatures make every dive hazardous. Even today, it remains one of the most technically demanding and dangerous professions. 2. Bomb disposal technician. A suspicious package is found. Everyone leaves the area. Only one person walks toward it. Bomb disposal technicians carefully inspect explosive devices using specialized equipment, protective suits, and robots whenever possible. Despite modern technology, some situations still require a technician to work close to the device. Every movement must be deliberate. Every decision matters. The pressure is immense because even a small mistake can have devastating consequences. 1. Firefighter. When buildings collapse, forests burn, or explosions occur, firefighters are among the first to respond. They face intense heat, toxic smoke, falling debris, hazardous chemicals, and rapidly changing conditions. Their mission is not only to extinguish fires, but also to rescue people trapped inside dangerous environments. Many firefighters around the world have lost their lives while protecting complete strangers. Their courage and dedication make this one of the most respected and hazardous professions.